How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews back with a little bit more collab, hopeful goodness, in the form of Following Between the Lines IPA. This is a collab from Narrow Gauge in Timber Ales. I don't know. I think both of these guys are 12% Beer Project people. It says brewed and packaged by Timber Ales, North Haven, Connecticut, distributed by 12%. So I think both of these guys are in that kind of roster of breweries that do that kind of stuff up there at 12%. It's an India Pale Ale coming in at 7% alcohol by volume. Yeah, done and done. We'll see how the sucker goes. I think it's my third beer I've had from Timber. Maybe the second one from Narrow Gauge. Again, I think all of the ones I've had from these guys, looks kind of good. Have been collabs. So we'll see what's what. This comes courtesy of my boy Max. Yeah, artwork is weird because it's kind of like a Bob Ross painting, which means I shouldn't really like it because that's not my favorite style of art, but I kind of like it. I don't know. Maybe it's just a hockey rink. Like I love. It's weird. I'm not a big hockey guy. I love hockey. It's like you're like, wait, dude, you just said you don't love hockey, but you love. I love going to hockey games. I'm not a big hockey guy. Like I don't follow hockey outside of it. I actually am not a big fan of watching on TV. But you ask me to go to a hockey game, I'm fucking going because that's one of the best live sports you can go to. But something about somebody making a homemade hockey rink just makes me tickled pink. So maybe that's what's going on there. So I like it. Let's put it that way. As far as the beer goes, I had a decent head on it. Dissipated really quickly, just off weight. And you're left with this kind of, butternut squash, soupy looking kind of hazy. Looked a little bit more pale than that one, or not as soupy when I was pouring it. But it ended up coming off a little bit more kind of, potato leek. You can say potato leek, butternut squash. They all qualify here. Let's see if we can get a nose on this sucker. That's aggressively hopped. Might come out in its detriment. What's the date on this? So we're talking about 6/17 on this one. It is the 12th of July, so we're just short of a month here. So it has this big, huge hop pellet green thing on the nose that's almost defeating any of the characteristics you get from those kind of hops, because how green that hop pellet is coming off. If anything, I'm going to lean like a tropical New Zealand kind of hop they use here. But again, that could be just that hop green kind of fuck with me because it's coming off that big, bold greenness. A little bit of subtle weed, a little bit of tropical fruit underneath. But it really is just hop pellet on hop pellet on hop pellet. A little bit of sweetness. Let's dive in. Cheers. And that's kind of how it comes off in the taste. It's just so aggressively hopped. Like a month later, I'm still getting a hop burn on my tongue. Now, I can actually get down with some superly aggressively hopped beers that actually produce a bit of hop burn, but you have to bring more to the table than what I'm getting here, because outside of that, I'm getting a little bit of soft OJ vibes, a little bit more orange juice and kind of tropical fruit, even though there is a little bit of tropical fruit in there. The prerequisite kind of weediness you get from a really green hopped beer, but all those are so much smaller than how aggressive that hop pellet comes off of. So much more violent, so much bigger. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around because that's all you really get. Mouthfeel is okay. It's not overly sweet. I don't think it would be, because I think that hop pellet kind of knocks even that sweetness down. Done and done. It's honestly, it's not a negative beer. It's just, sometimes you put a little bit too much salt in your food. Sometimes you put a little bit too much hops in your pellet in the fermenter, and you just dry hop the crap out of it. And it really is just showing hop pellet more than beer. That's not really my jam. Some people dig that, just not me. Now, if it had this bursting kind of fruitiness and a little bit more sweetness and kind of brought a little bit of electricity in other avenues, I could get on board with this level, but everything else is quite muted. So, yeah, that's all there is to it. Can't really talk about it because all I'm getting is hop pellets. Soft mouthfeel. Can't get anything negative on it, but that could be the hop pellets hiding that too. Done and done. Is this one of the better IPAs I've had as of late? No. There's nothing to it other than hop pellets. I can't really talk to it. Valued availability, no idea. 12%, it's usually, they're 16 to 18 bucks a 4-pack typically for their hazies, I think. So I'm assuming that's what it costs. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like hop pellets. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little little collab goodness right now, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.